Hey CLC family, Pastor Jeremy here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I want to take just a moment and update you on plans to reopen our in-person gatherings here at CLC. As you're well aware of, I'm sure, Governor Ivey came out this past Friday and gave the announcement that churches could reopen under certain protocols and procedures. Well, we've been planning for this. This isn't something that caught us by surprise. We knew this day was coming. And so I've been really praying through, God, when that announcement comes, how do we move forward? What can you give me to help guide our forward movement as a church as we continue to walk through this pandemic? And the Lord really gave me three words that really has guided our decision-making process, has guided our board and our staff as we make decisions move forward. And the three words that the Lord just dropped into my heart were cautious, considerate, and courageous. Cautious, considerate, and courageous. Cautious because, guys, this is the way of wisdom. In Ephesians chapter 5, Paul says, be careful, be cautious how you walk, not as the unwise, but as the wise. If the day has ever needed wisdom, our day needs. We need wisdom in how to move forward. We don't just need the wisdom, but we also need to be considerate. Considerate because consideration is the way of Christ. Paul says this in Ephesians chapter 2, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others above yourselves. Let us not look to our own interest, but to the interest of others. Man, if we've ever needed a day where we laid down our agenda, we laid down our preferences and considered others, today is that day. But we also need courage, because courage is the way of faith. Paul told Timothy, God's not giving you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, of courage, and of a sound mind. We need courage. And as I began to contemplate these words the Lord laid upon my heart, Holy Spirit just showed me that the sweet spot for decision making in this season is the area in the center where all three of these words overlap, where they intersect. That's the area from which we need to make decisions moving forward. Well, I know that based on my preference and my experience and my desires, I have a tendency to lean into one of these three words, like I'm sure you do. Some of you tend to be more cautious. Some of you need to be more considerate. Some of you tend to be more courageous. But our objective and our job in this season is not to lean into one of the words, but to lean into all three, to find the sweet spot where they intersect. As we praying through reopening and planning through reopening and working towards reopening, we have to consider, how do we create a clean, safe, healthy environment where people feel confident in gathering to worship God? The governor's given us a laundry list of things that we need to do, and we are going through those right now. But we don't only have to create a clean environment, we cannot sacrifice the online audience that we've been ministering to so effectively in this season. So we really have two tracks that are running parallel as we evaluate when we reopen in-person gatherings. We have to consider cleanliness and sanitation in a healthy, safe environment. And we have to consider, how do we continue to reach people digitally, because people are on that platform like never before. So when you take all that into consideration, it is the decision of myself, our staff, and the board of Christian Life Church to set May 31st as the date that we will plan and work towards reopening. We've not come to this decision lightly. There are a ton of variables that have played into that decision, but I feel like May 31st at this juncture is the sweet spot. It's the place where caution and consideration and courage all overlap one another. It gives us the time that we need in order to go through the protocols and to ensure a safe environment, to go through what we need to digitally to reach people on that platform. Also gives us opportunity to watch our community and see how things unfold as businesses reopen over the next couple of weeks. I want you to know that we love you, church family, that we are working for you to meet you right where you are, and we are looking forward to getting back together again in person very, very, very soon. I love you, and I can't wait to see you in person. But as we kind of move towards that, I want to just caution you from this standpoint. How we gathered before is not how we're going to gather in the short term moving forward. It's not going to look like what it looked like. There's going to be a new normal for a season. And as we move forward in this direction, I'm going to ask you to respect people's space. I'm going to ask you to respect social distancing, because what you may be comfortable with, someone else may not be, and we need to respect that and respect their choice in that regard. This week, you're going to receive an email that's going to have a survey in it. I'm going to ask you to fill out that survey and send it back to us, because it's going to help us serve you better as we make plans towards reopening on the 31st. So check out that email, fill out that survey, let us know how you feel, and that will help us tremendously serve you. Again, I want you to know that I love you, we're working for you, and we cannot wait to see you again very, very, very soon in person.